There, we're live.
No.
Yeah. Yeah,
Dr. Rice. Sorry.
you
There's a
flirting,
guy in here
flirting
called
hard.
Dr. Steve Rice.
Steve Rice.
Dr. Steve Rice.
Give a little intro. Give a little something.
Memorandum to Mr. DeMott. R.E. Requested examination of the identified hair from the Bigfoot Information Center and Exhibition, the Dalles, Oregon.
Is this the
These
start,
samples
or
reported.
what are you doing?
No, this is just a random part. I just want to get to I just want to talk about Mr. Rice. Dr. Steve Rice, editor of the Army Alice, was telephonically contacted in Seattle, Washington.
You have
After
to
checking, Dr.
appreciate
Rice was unable.
the categories next to it, sorry. It's just like, you got Bigfoot, and then you got anti-war, civil rights, counterterrorism, gangster era, gangster era.
Bigfoot was well known for his
World War
anti-terrorist movement
II,
during the 70s.
and you got Bigfoot part 1 final. Alright. Shall we start?
Yeah.
Do we want to do this like and bouncing around, take turns reading it, or do I just do it?
Read as elegantly as you can, Terry, and if you can't read elegantly enough, I'll take over. How about that?
Okay. Mr. Peter Byrne, Director, the Bigfoot Information Center and Exhibition.
Exhibition.
You might have to.
Learn to read. Expedition.
You can do better. the FBI Bigfoot Expedition. Lexington.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start over for you.
You'll start over? Okay.
December 15th, 1976. Mr. Peter Byrne, Director, the Bigfoot Information Center and Exhibition, West 6th Street and Hostetler, the Dalles, Oregon, 97058. Dear Mr. Byrne, I have received your letter of November 24th requesting an FBI laboratory analysis of 15 unidentified hairs and tissue. The FBI laboratory conducts examinations primarily of physical evidence for law enforcement agencies in connection with criminal investigations. Occasionally, on a case-by-case basis, in the interest of research and scientific inquiry, we make exceptions to this general policy. With this understanding, we will examine the hairs and tissue mentioned in your letter. They should be submitted to the FBI Laboratory, Scientific Analysis Section J. Edgar Hoover Building, Washington, D.C. 20535. Attention, Special Agent. In your reply, please include available background information concerning the source of the specimen. Portland.
Sincerely yours, Scribble.
Sincerely yours, Jay Cochran, or whatever it says.
Jay Cochran Jr., Assistant Director of the FBI. I like that they open it with like, okay, I think it's kind of bullshit that you're calling us in here for Bigfoot, but we'll look at it.
We'll look at it. And then we have here a paper from specifically the stationery of the Bigfoot Information Center and Exhibition. Jay Cochran Jr., Assistant Director, FBI, Laboratory Division, FBI, Washington, D.C., 20353. I'm not going to read that. November 24th, 1976. Outside source. Dear Mr. Cochran, I thank you for your letter of September 10th, 1976. I am writing again to ask if you could possibly arrange for a comparative analysis of some hairs that we have here, which we are unable to identify. You may know something of the program in which we, through the part sponsorship of the undermentioned academy, are engaged. Should you not, I am enclosing an article which will partially explain what it is that we are trying to do. Briefly, we do not often come across hair which we are unable to identify, and the hair that we have now, about 15 hairs attached to a tiny piece of skin, is the first that we have obtained in 6 years which we feel may be of importance. Please advise if you are able to perform this task for us. Yours very truly, Peter Byrne.
Mr.
Is that all
Burns.
heard?
It's all
February
been heard.
22, 1977. That one was marked at the bottom for some reason.
Enhance. Recognition at last.
Yeah, this is kind of that. I saw that. I was like, what the hell?
I don't know if I can. I'll pick up this part. Recognition at last. Though conceding that his existence is hotly disputed, the Army Corps of Engineers has officially recognized Sasquatch, the elusive and supposedly legendary creature of the Pacific Northwest Mountains, also known as Bigfoot. Sasquatch is described in the just publicated Washington Environmental Atlas as standing at as tall as 12 feet and weighing as much as a half ton, covered with long hair except for face and hands, and having a distinctly human-like form. The atlas, which cost $200,000 to put out, offers a map pinpointing all known reports of Sasquatch sighting and notes that a sample of reputed Sasquatch hair was analyzed by the FBI and found to belong to no known animal. The what's
The
it?
what's it?
The what's it is reported to be extremely
Shy.
shy. Was that shy? Enhance. Enhance. Shy. Shall I continue?
Okay. Do you want to?
I don't know if it's gonna go well, but I can.
You can. Yeah, you can go ahead. Go ahead.
Gentlemen, this institution conducts research on and into the Bigfoot phenomenon of the Pacific Northwest of the USA. We have a. We have. Haven't? I want to see where they're keeping this shit. These papers look awful. Okay. We have been in operation for nearly 6 years, and we are associated with the Academy of Applied Science of Boston, Massachusetts. From time to time, we have been informed that hair, supposedly of a Bigfoot, has been sent for examination to the FBI, has been examined by the FBI, and with the conclusion, as report of the examination, that it was not possible to compare the hair with that of any known creature on this continent. Will you kindly, to set the record straight, once and for all, inform us if the FBI has examined hair which might be that of a Bigfoot? When this took place, if it did take place, what the results of the analysis were? Please understand that our research here is serious. That this is serious. I like that they have to reaffirm that it's serious halfway through. This is serious. Serious. That
Sure.
needs
I'm just
answering.
getting pissed off.
I'm getting pissed off because you guys are laughing at me because I'm examining this Bigfoot hair. That an examination of hair, or the opposite, by the FBI does not in any way, as far as we are concerned, suggest that the FBI is associated with our project or confirms in any way the possibility of the existence of the creatures known as Bigfoot. Yours truly, Peter C. Byrne,
Peter Byrne.
director of
Yeah, Terry,
BIC.
I feel really bad for your kids if you ever have to like read them bedtime
Read them
stories
bedtime
because
stories because
yeah,
I can't read. I can barely read.
it's not that you read like you read like you're on edge constantly. Like
Like
you're
I've got a
looking at the
gun to my
store.
head.
You read like you're constantly looking at the window trying to make sure there's not a laser pointed at your skull. Oh god.
It's like that. It's like that scene in the Blair Witch remake.
I'll take over this one.
Yeah, you not let me read again.
September 10th, 1976. Mr. Peter C. Byrne, Director. The Bigfoot Information Center and Exhibition. Post Office Box, blah blah, the Dallas, Oregon. Dear Mr. Byrne, reference is made to your letter dated August 26th, 1976, concerning the reported examination of hairs by the FBI laboratory in connections with the Bigfoot phenomenon. Since the publication of the Washington Environmental Atlas in 1975, which referred to such examinations, we have received several inquiries similar to yours. However, we have been unable to locate any references to such examinations in our files. Sincerely yours, J. Cochran Jr., Assistant Director of the FBI
He lied. They
Laboratory
didn't.
Division.
FBI was not looking at their Bigfoot hair.
He lied to us.
No, that's a high, that's a freaking high. That's a naked. That's a naked circus strongman. That's not Bigfoot.
That's me.
This one is awful to read.
Oh no, I got this. What are you talking about? Give me a second. I got it. Is it Bigfoot or can it be just a hoax? By Boise Rensberger. That's a funny name.
There's so many weird names in here. Like
The
Dr.
Dalles,
Lance.
Oregon, within the vast forest wilderness of the Pacific Northwest, there may live a species of shy, furry man-like creatures, perhaps relict and declining survivors from a time before modern man evolved, and then again, there may not. A remarkable body of evidence has been gathered over the last few years that points either to the reality of a species of a large primate known as Bigfoot, Sasquatch, that walks on two legs, or to a long series of hallucinations and extraordinary hoaxes, executed with anatomical and ecological expertise and with unusual restraint. The evidence has persuaded at least one physical anthropologist of international standing that the Sasquatch phenomenon of footprints and sightings is real and in need of further study. There is even speculation that a presumably above a logger's there's nothing after that rendering of the creature he said he saw in an Oregon forest below Peter Byrne looking for the creature near Mount Hood in the same forest. This was June 30th, 1976.
That dang old big shoulders.
Dang old big shoulder.
That dang old
And then
big shoulder.
underneath it is underneath that we have a photo of, I'm pretty sure that's that little
big
weird
penis.
photo. That's a big, yeah.
That's,
I think that actually,
that's Bigfoot.
I'm not
That's
sure if that's
Bigfoot
supposed to be
dingle,
Sasquatch.
dingle.
That might be Sasquatch, or it might be them trying to take a photo of the supposed
Of a
evidence. I can't really.
kielbasa.
it's a zoomed in kielbasa.
Bigfoot's trying to bait him out of the woods of a kielbasa. Come here, little
Wednesday,
buddy.
June 30th, 1976. Furtive creature or hoax roams the Northwest. Let's read this. Continued from first
There's
page.
so much.
Extinct form of giant ape or ape man known as Gigantopithecus, whose fossils have been found in Asia, may have been an ancestor of a Sasquatch that migrated across the Bering Land Bridge to North America. Long before true humans, the existence of such a surviving species seems wildly impossible, and it is discounted by most experts in primate evolution. A genuine find of such a creature would rank as one of the most significant discoveries of modern times. To most Americans, the idea that a giant ape man could be living in the United States in 1976 and remain so elusive is far less credible than the idea that a creature could dwell in Loch Ness, a faraway mist-shrouded Scottish lake, or that an abominable snowman or yeti could exist in the remote Himalayas. Ex-professional hunter. And yet, at a time when increasing sums of money are being spent by reputable scientists to investigate Loch Ness, America's own monster, with at least as much suggested evidence behind it, is pursued by little more than weekend amateurs, riflemen, yowling to bring one back dead. An assortment of eccentric or unreliable individuals and obvious perpetrators of fraud. One of the few exceptions is Peter Byrne, a 50-year-old former professional hunter in Nepal who switched from tiger
Scribble.
tiger shooting and yeti hunting to tiger conservation and Bigfoot hunting. He operates the modest Bigfoot Information Center here in Dalles, a small town in the heart of Bigfoot country, and he describes himself as one of the only men alive who has made a profession out of this extraordinary search. He has been doing it for 5 years, supported by admission fees to a small exhibit here and by small donations from various sources, including the Academy of Applied Sciences, which is also the chief sponsor of the current Loch Ness expedition. The center receives reports of Sasquatch sightings of 16-inch footprints from all over the Northwest and investigate each report using a network of volunteers. Bigfoot countries is the mountainous area of the Pacific Northwest shown on map with information center at the Dalles. 94 credible sightings, blah, blah, blah. Most are eventually counted as insubstantial or faked. But a handful hold up and are given high credibility. So far, Mr. Byrne, though he has never seen a Bigfoot himself, has collected the details of 94 reported sightings that seem believable. There are many more reports of tracks. An example was that of Jack Cochran, a logger from nearby Parksdale, who on May 12, 1974, was working with a crew in the Hood River National Forest. Mr. Cochran, who operates a crane that picks up logs, was taking a break in the cab of the crane and happened to look across the clearing 50 yards away. He says he saw this big hairy thing standing silently. A chill went up my back, Mr. Cochran recalled. When he determined that it was not of his co-workers, Mr. Cochran, a hunter and amateur artist who sketches wildlife, studied the creature. He said it was covered with thick black hair and stood about 6.5 feet tall. It had massive shoulders. He immediately assumed it to be a sorry, Bigfoot, and not any of the other forest animals that he knew well. I walked away gracefully, then it walked away gracefully like an athlete, and disappeared over a hill into the trees. The next day, on May 13th, at about the same time, 10 a.m., the same loggers were again taking a break. Mr. Cochran sat in his crane and kept his eyes on the forest, but saw nothing unusual. His two companions, however, said that they walked into the woods for a little shade and were startled to see a big creature rise up out of the bushes and stride quickly away on two legs. They were obviously up to some homosexual rigmarole. It's a little obvious. One of the two men, Fermine Osborne, Fermine Osborne,
Furman
gave his
Osborne?
yeah.
What kind of name is Furman Osborne?
And picked up some rocks to throw. Later, investigators from Bigfoot Information Center conducted a thorough search of the area. They found the creature's tracked indistinct impressions of a soft but heavy foot leading from the edge of the clearing of across some wooded hills. Paralleling them for part of the way were deep boot prints and even holes in the ground where rocks had been removed. As in virtually all Sasquatch reports, the creature does nothing spectacular. It does not charge or roar or act ferocious in any way. In report after report, the animal simply walks along or watches people until it senses it has been seen, and then it walks away. Sorry, once again. So tame a story. Many people have said that hallucinations or hoaxes would be unlikely to yield so tame and dull a story. Another group of sightings took place within a 2-square-mile area just outside the Dalles in 1967. 4 people said they saw Bigfoot. The following year, another 4 people reported another sighting in 1969. There was no report in 1970. The 2 people saw one, and in 1971, there were 4 sightings by a total of 9 people. Again, the creature was said to be simply standing or walking. Eventually, it or they simply walked away. Tame or not, could a population of 7-foot-tall humanoids be living in the United States and remain unknown to science? To those who have not seen the immense, uninhabited, and almost impenetrable forests that cover the mountains of the Pacific Northwest and British Columbia, it may seem hard to believe that there are thousands of square miles of wilderness where hardly anyone ever goes. Reports date from 1840. Sasquatch reports, which date from 1840, all come from a large but well-defined area that includes the mountains of southern British Columbia and the Cascade Ranges of western Washington, western Oregon, and northern California. The area covers about 125,000 square miles, and it could easily hide thousands of Sasquatches, particularly if one assumes, as the evidence suggests, that they are nomadic. If the Bigfoot is only a fantasy, it is strange that with 1 or 2 obviously faked exceptions, no reports have come from other parts of the country, not even from other wilderness areas in the West that are similar to the Cascade Mountains. Still, skeptics argue naturalists have explored the entire world and have surely cataloged all the larger animals. But in fact, new species are still being discovered. Within the last century, Westerners learned for the first time of the pygmy hippopotamus, the okapi,
Oh my
okapi,
god.
and the Komodo lizard. I forgot at this time, it's just the
Komodo
lizard.
lizard.
the giant panda, 2 species of large monkey, the pygmy chimpanzee, and the mountain gorilla. Indian legends. Bigfoot believers. Yeah, it says Bigfoot believers say that the creature should not be considered unknown. Most of the Indian tribes in the area have legends and stories about such creatures. Sasquatch is one tribe's name for the creature, but there are many others. Scattered reports of giant man-like footprints or of actual sightings also occurred. In the early writings of white settlers and down through the years, there are scores of reports from the last decade when people like Mr. Byrne started soliciting them, while newspaper accounts frequently made it appear that a Bigfoot report involves only a single large blurry footprint. The more typical discovery is of a long track of footprints that can sometimes be followed for miles, where the ground is soft. The prints are sometimes detailed enough that anatomically, I can't read the part of it, can analyze the structure of the foot that made the print. Dr. John Napier, a British anthropologist who is a specialist in the anatomy of apes, I don't know if I
Oh,
I
blah,
can't read
blah,
the rest
blah.
of
Yeah, they destroyed
that.
it. Something Yeti and Sasquatch.
God, I
Why is
feel
this
like I
so
haven't
long?
talked in years.
Bigfoot.
Okay, so we have then this part. Bear's too small.
Bear's too small.
The bear is too small,
That
man.
bear's too small.
The bear is too small, man. Although it is often said that bears made the prints, the bears of the Pacific Northwest are too small to make a print more than half the size ascribed to the Sasquatch. What about a hoaxer who carves big feet, straps them on his boots, and tramps off to the woods? Dr. Napier says this would be easy to spot, for the fake foot would not flex or conform to the ground the way a real striding foot does given the depth of some of the prints. He calculates it would require the hoaxer to carry something like 500 pounds of extra weight. Someone going to all that trouble, it is felt would be unlikely to put tracks in remote forests where they might never get discovered. In Dr. Napier's view, one of the most persuasive
Persuasive.
sets of footprints was found in 1969 near Bosburg, Washington. The half-mile long track contained in 1,089 prints. I think that says, I don't know.
I think
And the
so.
right prints appear to have been made by a crippled foot. At one point, whatever made the prints stepped easily over a 43-inch high fence. Long leg motherfucker, man.
I could do that.
Terry, you're reading the rest. I
Look
just from
very human. In the deformed print, Dr. Napier can see not only obvious abnormal outlines, but also shifts in weight distribution from one part of the foot to another, all of which suggests that the creature suffered a crushing injury of the foot in youth. The prince somewhat stepped on his dang old Bigfoot. Poor Bigfoot. The prints look very human, Dr. Napier says, except that they are 17.5 inches long and 7 inches wide. Big, like a Bigfoot. It is very difficult to conceive of a hoaxer so subtle, so knowledgeable, and so sick who would deliberately fake a footprint of this nature. Dr. Napier wrote in his book, Bigfoot. I suggest it is possible. That's an end to quote. You just said Bigfoot. Dot dot dot.
Dr. Napier's famous book. That's a Bigfoot.
That's a Bigfoot.
That's a Bigfoot.
I suggest it is possible, but it is so unlikely that I am prepared to discount it. After examining the Bosberg tracks and many others, Dr. Napier concludes that they are not the footprints of modern man, but could conceivably be the footprints of unknown members of the human family. One of the most controversial pieces of evidence is a
Hello?
18. Hello? It's Bigfoot
Hello?
time.
Bigfoot!
18-second film that shows a furry creature striding along. That's Patterson Gimlin, right? Along a creek
Yeah.
bed in I don't know, California forest and then disappearing into the trees. It has been examined by various experts and no one can conclusively prove that it is either a fake or authentic Mr. Burns has declared other films fake, but he says that this one that he is 95% certain it is real.
Something needs explaining.
After examining all the evidence for and against the Sasquatch, Dr. Napier, who thinks the film is phony, concludes, I am convinced that the Sasquatch exists, but whether it is all that it is cracked up to be is another matter altogether. There must be something in the Northwest America that needs explaining, and that something leaves man-like footprints. It has been argued by some that there is not enough food to support a creature of Bigfoot's size in the typical conferotis forest of the Northwest, while there is not nearly as many edible plants as, for example, in the gorilla's tropical habitat. The woods do support bears of considerable size. While some Sasquatch believers feel that the only way to conceive the world of the creature's existence is to shoot one and bring back its corpse, Peter Byrne abhors such thoughts. He abhors it. There probably aren't all that many to begin with. He said, I think that with a decent effort we could get photographic proof. They should be protected. One recent evening, Mr. Byrne took his camera, 2 volunteer investigators, and a visitor. Why did they put it like that? A visitor.
Just some guy in a car.
You brought a little gray alien.
He brought Paul with him. Brought little Paul Alien with him.
You brought Gay Allen.
He brought Gay Allen.
You brought Gay Allen. And drove out of the dales and onto logging roads that wind through the Hood River National Forest, a region where Sasquatch has been sighted. At a high clearing, Mr. Burns set up a night observation device on loan from the Army with 1 starlight to illuminate the landscape. It's battery-powered.
With only starlight to illuminate it.
What did I say?
You said with 1 starlight to illuminate it.
The dang old sun's out, man. Amplifier project almost the equivalent of a daylight scene onto a small viewing screen. After a few turns scanning the distance and waiting for a Bigfoot that might have been drawn out of curiosity, everyone crawled in sleeping bags for the night. No Sasquatch came. What if Sasquatch came out and he banged their sleeping bag against a tree like Friday the 13th remake? But in tragic, I want to see Bigfoot.
That wasn't in the remake. That was the fucking Jason versus Carrie movie.
Oh, did they not do that in the remake? No, the remake's where he tied it up to he made like a little pulley and he dangled them over a fire.
Yeah.
When Mr. Byrne got back, his officer the telephone answering device that recorded a call from a man in Seattle who said he had seen a Bigfoot on May 17th. Oh my god.
Now, the next page is literally just a page we've already seen, but with fucking scribbles on it, including a stamp that says outside source, a fucking little address thing for the Bigfoot Information Center, and just another small dating scribbles, and including something at the bottom that says 7.
7?
A stamp that says 7.
There's 7 Bigfoot?
7 big feet.
7 big feet?
I found 7 big feet.
And it does it again.
Yeah, then the next page is once again just a page we've already seen. But here's the weird thing: if you zoom in on that, it says December 14th, 1975 or 1976. So that's, I don't know if you see that down there. Also, am I stupid, or am I seeing Russian lettering on this, or is what is that?
Yeah, I want to see the guy who writes these, because they just scribble all over it. I don't know what they're doing.
Okay, next page after that is actually something.
May I make a little observation? A little observation?
Okay.
like the way they describe Bigfoot sounds a lot like a fearsome critter, right? In that last article.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
100%.
in the Rockies, in a logging camp, and they describe it as creeping around by trees. That's a hide behind. They just described a hide behind. The only thing that's different is that it walked, like, some of them had it walking by in, like, the background.
You always want to bring fearsome critters into
Yeah, I
this.
really want to bring fearsome critters
You
into it.
constantly want to bring them into this.
I always want to bring them into this, but it does sound a lot like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I 100% agree. Memorandum to Mr. Mr. McDermott, RE, resident, you've requested examination of unidentified
Extermination of Bigfoot.
extermination of Bigfoot.
Requested extermination of Bigfoot.
We want you to kill him.
He's ruining our land.
A mission to kill Bigfoot. Oh god. That's awful. Oh Christ. Recommendations. 1. That Mr. Burns' request for examination of 15 unidentified hairs and tissue be granted. Approved by blah blah blah
All
blah
these
blah blah.
freaking guys.
Yeah, all those guys that well actually these aren't approved. There's no names on here. There's initials on 2 of them. I think that's an M, and then the other one's a D, I think, or something.
No, I don't.
There's only
I'm pretty
initials.
sure they're all roles.
Yeah, they're all roles. I'm saying only 2 of them have initials next to them.
Oh.
You see the little cursive next to them?
Oh, like signed off? Huh.
Yeah.
No, these are
2.
the same. I don't know what these marks are. Somebody definitely just scribbled all over this shit.
Yeah, there's obviously also. Oh my god! I just realized. Do you see right below it? You can see the ink fading of the of an eagle with its
You
wings.
can.
Yeah, it's an eagle with its wings stretched out, holding the hay and the arrows or whatever the fuck. I can't pretend to know what it was. If extermination is granted, attached letter be approved and forwarded to Mr. Byrne. And then we have something. I think that's J something 12/12/76 approved by blah 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 blah. But once again, for the approved thing on there, it's once again those 2 initials in the same spots, which
Yeah,
makes me believe that only 2 of them got approved. Details: the 7/6/75 issue of the Washington Star News carried outline and photograph attached caption "Recognition at Last" concerning the recently published U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Washington Environmental Atlas. The atlas contained information regarding the possible existence of Sasquatch, aka Bigfoot, the legendary creature of the Pacific Northwest Mountains. Memorandum to Mr. McDermott.
For the extermination of Bigfoot.
The extermination of Bigfoot. The atlas reported that a sample of reputed Sasquatch hair was analyzed by the FBI and found to belong to no known animal. Inasmuch as FBI laboratory experts had no records or recollection of such an examination, Dr. Steve Rice, editor of the Army Atlas, was telephonically contacted in Seattle, Washington. After checking, Dr. Rice was unable to locate his source of the reported FBI hair examination. By letter dated 8/26/76, Mr. Peter C. Byrne, director of the Bigfoot Information Center and Exhibition in the Dalles, Oregon, inquired whether this reported FBI hair analysis was accurate. In my letter dated 9/10/76, Mr. Byrne was told the FBI laboratory had no references to such an examination. Copy is attached. By letter dated 11/24/76, Mr. Peter Byrne again corresponded with the FBI laboratory, enclosing a New York Times article dated 6/30/76, captioned, "Is it Bigfoot or can it be just a hoax?" Attached, the article contained a history of Bigfoot and the activities of Mr. Byrne and others connected with the mystery. Mr. Byrne's letter requested the FBI laboratory examine and attempt to identify 15 hairs attached to a piece of skin. According to the New York Times article, Mr. Byrne's 5-year search for Bigfoot is supported by the Academy of Applied Scientists in Boston, Massachusetts. Admission fees to his exhibit and small donations from other sources, the AAS is the chief sponsor of the current Loch Ness expedition in Scotland. AAS is listed in the Encyclopedia of Associations as being founded in 1962 and dedicated to applied science and engineering. It claims 300 members and 1 staff member.
Wait.
There's one guy that works there.
Staff member. The rest are just a
It's
part of it.
Yeah, there's just a janitor. Memorandum to Mr. McDermott. A search of Bureau indices. Sorry, indices?
Indices?
A search of Bureau indices contained no information identifiable with Mr. Byrne or the Bigfoot Information Center and Exhibition. Ruh-roh. Purpose. This one, sorry, says the date on this says 12/13/1976. Purpose: to set out background information concerning published reports that the FBI has analyzed hair in connection with the search for Sasquatch, aka Bigfoot, and to recommend that requested hair examination received on the 24th of November 1976 from Peter Byrne, Director, Bigfoot Information Center and Exhibition, be granted. ORPOON or something. Synopsis. Background information concerning Sasquatch set out with request received on the 24th from Mr. Peter Byrne, Director of the Bigfoot Information Center and Exhibition, the Dalles, Oregon, for FBI laboratory examination of 59 identified hairs and tissue related to search for Sasquatch. SDS Division recommends request for examination be granted in interest of research and scientific inquiry. Current Bureau policy. This does not represent a change in Bureau policy. In addition to its primary mission of examining physical evidence in criminal matters for federal, state, and municipal law enforcement, the SDS Division's laboratory branch has a history of making its unique services and expertise available to the Smithsonian Institution, other museums, universities, and government agencies in archaeological matters and in the interest of research and legitimate scientific inquiry. There's a little guy in the bottom left.
Is there a little guy? Where is he? Oh.
This also, by the way, on the bottom says it got restamped all the way in February of 1977, which isn't that long. Obviously, that's only like, February 22nd specifically.
Yeah, I honestly don't know, like, I don't know how to read these files. So I probably should have checked that beforehand, because I have no clue what all this shit is. Like, I would expect it to be a lot more neat, and there's just, like, random stamps.
Well, I think we're getting to the interesting part.
Are we?
Now, this one says, this is a blast to the fucking future. It's 2 whole months. Well, technically. It's technically 2 whole months after that last paper. Even though that last paper did get restamped literally 2 days before the one we're about to read.
Okay, hold up. Let me check something. Yes.
Okay.
Just had to check.
Mr. Howard S. Curtis, Executive Vice President, Academy of Applied Scientists on blah, 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 blah. Okay. Dear Mr. Curtis, outside source, it says next to it. The hairs which you recently delivered to the FBI laboratory on behalf of the Bigfoot Information Center and Exhibition have been examined by transmitted and incident light microscopy. The examination included a study of morphological characteristics such as root structure, medullary structure, and cuticle thickness, in addition to something casts. I can't read that.
Yes, scale cast, I think.
Scale cast. Also, the hairs were compared directly with hairs of known origin under a comparison microscope. It was concluded as a result of these examinations that the hairs are of deer family origin. The hair sample you submitted is being returned as an enclosure to this letter. Sincerely yours, J. Cochran Jr.
Sorry, 2 seconds. Yeah.
Fucking deer. It was a deer. I knew Bigfoot was a deer this whole time.
That's all he ever was.
Oh, God.
Nothing but deer.
Love it. I'm back. Did you stop reading or?
Yeah, I stopped reading.
Okay.
We were really
Mr.
hung
Howard
up on the
S.
deer.
Curtis. Note: Mr.
Huh?
Curtis requested. We finished the letter when you were
You finished the
on
letter.
a. Yeah,
It's just the stamps
when
and
we were,
shit on the bottom, right?
yeah, it's just that. Mr. Howard S. Curtis. Note: Mr. Curtis requested that letter setting forth examination results be directed to him. Something Mr. Byrne will be out of the country for several months. Memorandum. Purpose to report of. Okay, yeah, sorry. Details by memorandum Cochrane to Mr. McDermott, dated 12/13/76. We agree to examine a hair sample on behalf of the caption organization. A letter to this effect, dated 12/15. That's the
Well,
day.
15.
76. Yeah, was sent to Mr. Peter Byrne, director of captioned organization. Recently, the hair sample photograph attached was delivered to the laboratory by Mr. Howard S. Curtis, executive vice president, Academy of Applied Sciences, Boston, Massachusetts. This academy sponsors the captioned organization. The hairs were determined to be from a member of the deer family. Mr. Curtis requested that a letter setting forth the results of the examination be furnished to him since Mr. Byrne will be out of the country for several months. He also requested that the hairs be returned to him. I wonder why.
So he could eat the Bigfoot hair.
I'm gonna
He
eat it.
wants to hybridize.
I'm gonna turn into Bigfoot, man.
Okay, and then we see some of the supposed the hair. You would feel, I don't know if you guys have ever felt deer hair, but it's quite obviously like not man. It's not like it's quite obviously not like a humanoid-esque hair. Deer hair is like so obviously like
It's very
non-primate.
short and like hay-esque, right?
It's very also
Or not
it
hay,
kind
but
of
like
reminds me of like those old school brushes. The hair, they kind of remind me of those old school brushes.
The rough ones.
Oh, here we have March 8th,
also, is that just a hunk of
1977.
skin on the bottom?
Yeah, they said that was that's why they've been saying hair and tissue, because he said that there was skin with it.
Oh, have they ever tested the tissue or just the hair?
I'm assuming both. Dear Mr. Cochran, thank you very much for sending the analysis of hair and skin, which had been sent to us by Mr. Peter Byrne. We are most appreciative of your work and that of Special Agent Blanc. Blank.
Blanque.
My conversation was most pleasant and informative. Mr. Byrne is expected back from Nepal within a week or two and receive copies of our correspondence. That was it.
That's all the Bigfoot files. So it's the fake hair the whole time.
Bigfoot was a deer the whole time.
What, Bigfoot
It's
Information Center?
hard to believe that Bigfoot was a deer this whole time, man.
Hard to believe he was big deer the whole time.
Also, they kept on mentioning the FBI's like well, I don't know if they were mentioning the FBI did it, but the Loch Ness monster kept on getting mentioned and brought up.
Huh.
Yeah, because it's
I wonder
the applied science people, whatever it was called. Trying to find
I wonder if
the
the FBI has a thing for that.
would they have released that?
It's possible.
They released Bigfoot file. There's
Let's see.
nothing directly. Because I don't think it was exactly their, it wasn't them, it was what was it, Association of Applied Sciences.
Yeah, okay. There you go. Yeah, I looked through it. Can't find anything. Well, I guess yeah, that was kind of interesting
It was a
in the
little
sense that it
interesting.
was yeah, also kind of funny to see my birthday once again
For Bigfoot.
attached to a cryptid. Yeah. That's always fun to see. I can't wait for to find something about the Loch Ness monster that's related to my birthday as well. It's gonna be interesting.
Freak.
It's like it was meant to be.
God. Ugh, Christ, man. I was expecting a little bit more out of that. At least I was expecting some like
Yeah,
a
I
really
thought
messed
it
up
was gonna be
letter
something
from the
more.
guy. Yeah, I was expecting him like sending a letter saying, "It better fucking be Bigfoot. If it's not, I'm going down there and I'm gonna do something bad."
I know you
But
faked
no.
my Bigfoot hair test.
Then why won't you eat the hair I sent you? But no, it was none of that.
I can't even find half of these organizations.
Some of them are probably like long gone.
Yeah, so it's, well, you would still be able to find something, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm just gonna have that in my thing now. But we should mention this. The file, if you download it, it says Bigfoot file part 1. What about part 2?
There isn't a part 2. It says Bigfoot part 1 final. It's the fine. It's fine. It's fine. Final.
You don't know that. There could have been a part
Final.
2 and they got rid of it.
It's the last
They could have
part
gotten
one.
rid of it. Another part 2. You don't know. You don't know.
You don't freaking know.
The part 2 is MK Ultra.
Bigfoot. They took the Bigfoot. They took a Bigfoot DNA tissue sample and they used it in MK Ultra.
You see,
Yeah.
you're connecting the dots, Terry. It was all about MK Ultra all along. Now we got to go read through the Ted Kaczynski FBI files and see if my birthday's in there too.
It's time for Ted Kaczynski. Bigfoot.
Yeah, the connections, finding synchronicities between Bigfoot and Ted Kaczynski. Probably could find a few. He left us to eat dinner. It's fine.
On to dinner.
Dinner.
Well, okay, I guess we should end it there.
Do we just end it there?
What else? You got anything else you want to talk
No,
about
there isn't
Bigfoot?
anything else. No more Bigfoot, I guess. Bigfoot over.